mics are hot.
That mic's going to pick up everything you say. That means something. Everything that's meaningful that you have to say.
Mics
It's
are
now set to pick up. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
good times.
All right, welcome to Extemporadio here on riverwestradio.com. It's Monday night. What's that? Yeah, it's there's nothing all I can do. How's that? That's Max.
Is it really?
Yeah, can you hear anything?
No. That's all right. I don't hear it.
Try the other hole. Try another hole.
Actually, give me a level on your mic. Hi, we're doing some highly technical things here.
Check, 1, 2.
Yeah, good. Can you hear yourself or not?
No.
No. I can hear myself.
I can hear him. You couldn't hear him?
I can hear him.
Yeah. Oh, there's something clipping over there.
Yeah.
It's jumping between channels. Do you have a set of headphones of your own at all? No. I'll see if I can score another set. Just something that'll work better, because those things are, they're a donated thing that, because this is like, I'm now all in my there. It just keeps jumping between my right and left
I
ear.
noticed that too.
So, hi everybody, welcome. This is awesome night of ridiculousness going on with the sound system and the headphones and everything here. We're just gonna keep doing that. Yeah. All right. This is Extemporadio. My name is Brendan O'Day. I'm the producer of the show, and things you'll hear over the next 2 hours represent the views of Extemporadio and the people that you hear making these silly dispositions on things. All opinions and quotations in no way represent River West Radio and are the sole responsibility of the producer, guests, and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any legal issues or concerns arising from the content of this program and every other one.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
Beautifully spoken.
Very.
Beautifully spoken.
Thanks. All right, so it's a beautiful Monday night here in Milwaukee. It's September. It is 101 days remain until the end of the world. It is. It was on Saturday, my birthday. It was 103 days away from the end of the world.
That's pretty bleak.
Bleak.
So,
Yeah.
bleak or exciting?
That's bleak.
Wow, Bill Bagos is very punctual, isn't he?
He
course
is.
he is, yeah.
He is. That's awesome. He does know that I'm not going to talk to him right away.
Yes, he does.
That's
I told
awesome.
him.
Okay, cool.
I messaged him.
So, it was
How many days was it? 110?
101 right now. 101 days. 101 Dalmatians until the end of the world.
That's
And,
depressing.
I'm excited about that. I've always wanted to kill a Dalmatian. I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Depressed about that, Jay.
I am depressed about it, man. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I got a bucket list I gotta fill, man. I ain't gonna have time.
What's on your bucket list, Jay?
Tons of stuff, man.
Okay, before we go there, we're gonna try and get plugs out of the way one time.
All right, and then I can go over my
Without
list.
going off into 100
I
different
can
directions.
go over my list then.
Well, it is
Yeah,
extemporadio, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
It doesn't mean it's completely lacking structure.
I would hate to have to go away from the theme of the show, which is pretty much just talk.
Talk. They're hot.
So,
The mics are hot.
so coming up on Sunday the 16th, you can come join us at Rounding Third at 8:30 p.m. 8 p.m. for an amazing comedy show featuring Carlos Valencia will be headlining. Jeff Lampton will be backing him up. Myself and Jason Evans will be on the bill, and our good friend Andy Bolton will be
the one, the only.
where did that start, and why does it exist?
Because it's just fun.
I think it's something like Robert Francis Curtis might have started.
Yeah, I think he probably did.
Yeah.
That probably makes sense.
It's a name you have to chant whenever you hear it.
Bolton.
Yeah.
That's got to really annoy the heck out of Michael Bolton every time he, is at an autograph signing.
What's your favorite Michael Bolton song?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so
Does anybody know a Michael Bolton?
I'm trying to think of one right now. I can't think of one. I wanted to sing it.
So
Michael Bolton.
we have that show on Sunday night, the 16th. On Monday May the 17th, right after this radio program next week, just down the street, 701 East Center. We'll be at Impala Lounge at 9:45 for an amazing show. The Milwaukee and River West Zone James Murphy will be opening the show at 9 p.m. and playing guitar.
Rocking and rolling.
I asked him to bring his loop pedal, and it's amazing. That guy suddenly builds a 5-voice guitar orchestra, and then it's so crazy. Last time I saw him play, he then added a clarinet loop into it as well.
Wow.
And just mind-boggling. Did a 15-minute long piece, and it was just amazing. So James Murphy's going to be opening things up for us, and then we take the stage at 9:45 right after this radio show. We encourage anybody who wants to come on down. Jeff Lampton will be walking the street, and he will be interviewing anybody that comes and hangs out on their way to the show right before. So come on down anytime after 8 o'clock and come hang out with us, and we'll have a great time. Tuesday night after that, Wits End at 11601 County Road G in Caledonia, Wisconsin. That is an amazing show. Please bring any spare change and dollars that you have to throw into a bucket for the comedians, the Starving Comedian Show. It is a pay what you want show.
Non-perishable food items.
It's truly the only honest election that you will be involved in. If you really like it, I believe if you know anybody who's really rich, tell them to come, because they can drop $50 or $100 without even bothering them, and they can just come and put some money in the bucket. So you should come on down to that in Caledonia. But seriously, the reason you should come to all the shows, it's going to be pretty much almost different material every night. We're going to be pounding through stuff. There's going to be special guests each night. Andy Bolton the first night, James Murphy the second night, and then Drift Roberts coming all the way up from Peoria, Illinois, an up-and-coming comic that, even though he's only 20 years old, the dude has been doing comedy for about 5 or 6 years, it seems like. It's probably only 3. But he is, the kid is coming on, and he's amazing, and you should get to know Drift Roberts. So that's going to be a completely cool show down in Caledonia. We'd love to have you come on down.
With that out of the way,
got that big thing out of the way. We're going to go to Bill Bagos while we got him here. Hey, Bill Bagos, are you on the line here?
I am, Brendan O'Day. It's so good to hear you.
Hey, were you able to hear us at all while you were
the whole time?
Awesome.
Okay, great. That's a good thing that we need to know. What ends up happening here is when we go to the phone, I have to pull all the levels down on us on the board, because somehow we get double mic'd through the phone into the system here. So
it's very technical, Bill. Very technical.
I wanted to be careful not to breathe even, because I didn't know if you could actually hear my breathing.
Well, no, we had you all taken down. Your levels were all down, so that was nice of you to
I could have been breathing.
We muted you like a mime.
That's right. Well, this is comedian and caricature artist Bill Bagos on the line with us tonight. Bill is the director of a show that occurs out at Papa's Social Club at 76th and Burleigh in Wauwatosa. I guess is that technically Milwaukee right there?
That is Milwaukee.
Yeah, thought they were off Milwaukee.
Some of the best pizza
other side of the street.
World.
Really great pizza, great food. And really nice staff over there. They really put on a nice show. They've put in a huge light display and have a nice dance floor that serves as a stage area for the comedians.
We all know how great it is to dance during a comedy show.
Absolutely.
I like to dance.
It's just to express that they've actually got a dedicated area for entertainment. You're not just standing off at the edge of the bar. So they've actually made a true commitment to the arts and to the entertainers that do appear at their place. That's all I'm getting at. Bill, tell us a little bit about the show. When's this coming up?
It's going to begin on September 20th. It's this upcoming Thursday, or next Thursday, actually, will be the first show. And then after that, it's going to be every second Thursday of the month.
Awesome.
And we're going to go as long as we can. We're already booked all the way through December right now, and I'm working on booking January and February.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you just said it. What's the show start time?
It's going to be 8 o'clock start time. The doors open at 6:30, 7 o'clock. The bars will be open before that, but we're saying 7 o'clock opening, and then it's going to be completely dedicated to comedy in that space.
That's great. What's the admission to get in?
It's going going to be $10 at the door or $15 in advance for 2 tickets.
Okay.
They also have something that they're doing where they're combining a dinner and show for $20.
Wow. Any drink specials going on, too?
Yep, they're going to have drink specials. I don't know what they are, but every night they will have drink specials, and they're also going to have food drawings for free food.
Wow. Will you
be
bringing broccoli platters and carrots?
I think you know about their pizzas, and the best garlic bread in town.
No kidding. They're great.
So.
Do we, is there a requirement that every free pizza that's given out has to be just a cheese or a veggie? Or
I make no requirements on that. That is not my department.
He will just rudely look down on you as you eat.
I just got to pull off the top, and then I eat what's left underneath there. That's all.
I'm ordering 6 pizza feasts for.
He's going to treat the comics good again. They're going to have plenty of food for all the comics that perform again, and free drinks all night for the comics. So
that's awesome. Wow. So how far back does your relationship with Papa's go? How'd this all come about?
It actually came about. My brother's been booking bands there for many years through them, and the manager's name is Dickie, and they've been doing bands for a long time. And one day we just got talking, and he said, "You know what? He'd love to bring some comedy in." I said, "Okay, let me try working on it." We did a few shows last year, and they loved it. They just had a great time with the comedy, and we made some adjustments now, so it's going to be actually more conducive to having a real show inside there, because it's a great space.
Yeah, it is.
But they've even made more improvements now, where the people that get the dinner shows will come in. They're going to get VIP seating right in the front. And then they got screens where they actually the people in the back will actually be able to see the entertainers right on the screen.
Oh, really? You're going to do that this time? That'll be cool. That'll be great.
And the lighting system's like amazing there now, so it's such a laid-back club, but it's a full comedy show.
It is. It's a really nice. I like their lounge chairs on the side of the wall there. Those are awesome. All that's missing is like pink velvet.
It's certainly it's a cool place. It's in a neighborhood that I think really needs an expansion of the entertainment offerings, and I think that can serve you well because it's a fairly entertainment-starved area. That if you can tap into that need and that expression of need, I think you can really get some people in there, and should turn out to be a pretty good show. So
yeah, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping to really just get the neighborhood to come on in and realize that they can count on a great high-quality comedy show once a month there.
That's awesome.
And that it's just so it's laid back. They don't have to get dressed up or anything. They can just come on in and enjoy the shows. Everybody I'd exit polled last time just really had fun. I said just spread the word.
That's great.
We're going to come back with this next year.
Who do you got coming up as headlining for the next 3 or 4
Actually,
shows?
for this the very first show, I got L.A. Lee Lycan will be headlining the show. And then Dan Dipert will be the feature that night.
Yeah.
And then this fellow named Jason Evans is going to be opening.
He's wonderful. I've heard great things about
I've
him.
heard nothing but good
He's
things about him.
wonderful. You didn't even hesitate.
He's gorgeous.
You didn't even. There was no.
He's the sexiest comic in Milwaukee.
What do you think of that
you.
comic? No, he's awesome.
And actually,
unbelievable.
And actually, Dan Divert's the official MKE Funny T-shirt man. So
that's right,
that'll be nice
He's
to
a
see
t-shirt
him.
guy.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Now, you mentioned that if they buy their tickets ahead of time, you have certain deals. Where can they get their tickets ahead of time, Bill?
You can go to charactersandcomedy.com.
Okay.
And just click on the link there, and I have it all set up so you can just charge it right there, or you can call Papa Social Club and also do it that way, and that's at 414-871-1704.
Gotcha.
And that's at 7718 West Burleigh Street, too. It's just a little west of
That number again?
The phone number is 414-871-1704, and that's Papa Social Club. Or you can go to www.caricatures, that was an S, and comedy.com.
Great.
And when they go to that page, they should just scroll down till they find it.
Right.
I started clicking on links, and I jumped down the page, and I didn't know I had just jumped down the front page.
Okay.
And so then when I thought what I thought was supposed to be what it wasn't, I scrolled up, and then all of a sudden I found myself at the top of the front page again. Like, how did I get here? So
were you drinking?
Well, actually, you know
So
what? It's simpler.
just,
Go to the opposite. Go to comedyandcharacters.com, and there I got the flyer, and right where the link is, you click on that link, it takes you right to the stuff.
Comedy and Caricatures. Now, is that spelled out A-N-D?
Yes.
Okay, Comedy and caricatures.com, and you'll find a quicker link, I think, because I hunted around a little while on the Bill Bega's caricatures page, and drove me a little nuts. I'm not gonna, I did enjoy reading about the nice lady that said you called her back promptly when she was trying to book you for a show.
That was the best endorsement I've ever had.
He called back a lot.
That's what it says. I just call right back.
I thought maybe that was like her opening statement in the stalking trial that you had a little bit after that.
Nice old day.
He has nice shoes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's nice shoes.
So,
he combs his hair.
All right, so that's Papa's Social Club, the Thursday, the 20th of September, 8 p.m. Go ahead, check that out. Our own Jason Evans will be opening that show, and Dan Dybert featuring ahead of Milwaukee's Brookfield's own microphone borrowing Lee Lycan. Will be
microphone code for joke.
Oh!
Hey, I want to mention Lee Lycan almost opened up for Sinbad just recently.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Just recently.
Yeah,
I almost opened up for George Carlin.
No, I almost
Bill Cosby.
I opened up for Jason Evans once.
I almost drove Screech around at his last trip through Wisconsin.
No,
I was
so close we are.
I'm moving up. I get to go drive Screech around.
Yeah.
Bill, on this show, you get a dance at all?
You know what? I'm hoping to get some music coming. I like to come out dancing. Right
I hope you do, because then you should charge an extra $5. I'm just telling you.
This man can dance. 2 levels that night, Jason.
This man can dance, absolutely.
That's awesome. I think you should do a private show in the back just for people to pay the extra money. That's usually where all the private dances are held.
That was an unsaid thing. I always do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I think you should make it so that Lee feels comfortable in his element. Just put a couple couches and a recliner out there. Maybe just put it out on the deck and do it for like 3 people.
Could you please put in some garden lighting? And
the candy-colored clown they call the Sandman will be playing.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bill, for giving us a call, man, and giving us information on your show, man.
Spreading the good news about the comedy in Milwaukee, guys.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you very much, Bill.
Talk to you later. Have a great show, guys.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's Bill Begos from Caricatures and Comedy.
And that man can dance, man.
And apparently he's quite the little dancer.
He is. He can dance and draw and tell jokes all at the same time.
He wants to.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's a good song.
Your friends don't draw, and if they don't draw.
All right, rock and roll. You're a good singer, Jeff. He dances good. You sing good, man. You got talent. Yeah, you guys should get together. The comic duo.
Oh, that way. I thought you were in...
No, I didn't mean sexually.
All right.
Absolutely not. No.
That'd be an awkward match.
I didn't mean that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I would never think of you that way. Absolutely. He's not your type, anyways.
Yeah.
So coming up on Saturday, September 22nd, I am going to be, myself and Evans are going to be at the Astor Hotel in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on the east side, fashionable east side, for the Heartland Comedy Express Honor Flight Show.
Can't wait.
Benefiting the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, unless they turn out to be complete idiots and we end up dumping them and going with Fisher House.
Jeez. You're on, man. You're going.
They're just there's some special people that apparently first of all they nixed us the first time we tried to give them a couple of $1,000 because we serve alcohol at these comedy shows.
Rock and roll, man.
Because there's no vets that drink.
Well, absolutely not. Yeah, they actually eschew drinking at every turn. But the best part is that they were the sign-on signature sponsor of the Honor Flight documentary at Miller Park.
Hey.
And they had over 40,000 people there for the world premiere of this documentary. And
it was all dry, right? No liquor sold.
And 26 beer concessions were open during the entire time. It's like,
hold your tongue.
Can you believe that?
No way.
It's unbelievable. We're a huge fan of those guys. All right, I really do.
What are you doing here? What are you doing?
What are you doing up here?
Don't call out what you're doing.
Technical stuff.
No, we're not supposed to talk about that stuff. We're supposed to talk about technical.
He really is a control freak.
He is. Look, he's reaching over the table. You should slap his hand.
I was going to
slap his hand.
I've been doing this for the last 5 minutes. This thing's
thought you were
gradually curling off the side of the table.
I thought you were just preparing. That was your personal foreplay for later tonight.
That's disgusting.
Wrapping cords around cords. Well,
S&M stuff.
a little
an excess thing going on.
a little. How's about a little bondage and humiliation?
David Carradine hanging from the.
There we go.
Is that song do 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 do? Is that Bolton? I
don't know. What do you do?
That song.
Could you give me a little more?
No, I have nothing.
Can we YouTube a Michael Bolton?
Yeah,
song
YouTube
we
a Michael
can try
Bolton
to
song.
do it
Sure
in a
we
Andy
can.
Bolton
I want to throw up in
style?
my mouth.
I want to throw up in my mouth.
I think he sings that song. You know what song I'm talking about?
I think I do, but no,
Yeah.
that's the Doobie Brothers, actually.
Is it?
Shake it from soul.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sing that. Put that song on. I like that
Here
song.
it is. No, you might like that, but here's the Michael Bolton song that you all know and love.
Okay.
And
Rock it, man.
Oh, that's great.
it's got to go through an advertisement for 15 seconds.
Well, that's not good.
YouTube used to be great before the advertisers
Before
got
they
hold
got all
of it. I just love it
capitalistic,
that I just
man.
love it that they're making money, but the people who make the music that gets stolen doesn't. So
Oh, yeah, man. This song makes me cry. It's beautiful. Here on Smooth Jazz 95.8.
I could hardly believe it when I heard the news today.
somebody bought my album and didn't shoot themselves in the head.
See, now we got to get Andy Bolton to cover karaoke.
Nice.
Andy Bolton sings Michael Bolton.
Smooth Jazz.
Tell me all about it. Tell me about the plans.
All right, I'm going to kill myself.
Only on-
I just
only
got to
on-
stop.
Only on Smooth
That has
Jazz
gotta
99.5.
Stop right now. That's stopping right now.
What?
Yeah.
That was wonderful. Play the other one. Play the Doobie Brothers song. That's an uplifting, wonderful song. Maybe Bill will dance if he's at home by himself with vegetables in bed.
Maybe. What
Well, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, Lampton.
Well, he really loves his vegetables.
He does. He absolutely does. I was at a gig with him around Christmas last year, and we got steak dinners for free. And I ate the steak and left him the vegetables because that's the kind of guy I am. I left him my whole plate of vegetables.
Did you eat his steak?
Yeah, and then I left him the vegetables.
I blew
He ain't
that,
gonna eat
didn't
the
I? Really
steak.
messed that. Did you eat his meat? Yeah. That's where that was supposed to go.
Yes, I did.
That's where that was supposed to go.
Suckle on the nipple that yields the pulp.
She's back
So you got the doobies up or what? I want to
for a return engagement. I've been typing about
Rock and roll.
suckling. What are you talking about?
Well, come on, man. So that you mentioned the end of the world was coming in how many days?
101 days.
101 days, and I said that is frightening because I have stuff to do.
So what is on your bucket list, Jason?
One of the top things, like I've mentioned many times before, is to toss a midget.
You haven't done that yet?
I know you have to travel abroad to do that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. It's illegal here.
So?
There we go. Yeah.
See, this is perfect midget tossing
It is.
right here.
This is what you'd toss a midget to right here. There's no question about it.
No, it'd have to be some sort of Metallica song.
What you do, Jason, is just walk down the street and you find a midget, you pick him up and you throw him.
Yeah, it's like a felony, man. Dude, do I look like I can run?
Walk very fast.
If
I
you've
only
never
run when
seen Yacht Rock on YouTube, make sure you go find Yacht Rock and learn the origins of this song and the Doobie Brothers in general. And
Michael McDonald was just in town 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
he was
He was with
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
I forgot who already. They call themselves the Dukes of September.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's pretty manly. That is.
So what else is on the list besides midget talk? Maybe, I know a couple midgets. Maybe
You do personally?
Yeah.
I definitely like to toss them.
I got I'm totally into midgets, like not sexual, but
No, me too. Absolutely.
awesome. Midgets.
Well, you went to their church. We were talking about that before. That's dedication, man. Yeah, you worshipped with them.
Not with them.
No?
No, there were no midgets.
No, but in their home.
You were in there.
Yeah, in their house of God, or whatever midgets believe in.
Midget Jesus.
Was it smaller? Was it a smaller, like, crucifix?
I don't even remember seeing a Jesus in there.
No?
To tell you the truth. We'll have to take an extemporadio road trip.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
We'll take cameras and microphones and we'll do a live broadcast.
Or we can go right over to Haunchyville over here.
See, where is Haunchyville?
It's in a field, man.
Yeah, it's everywhere, but there's one, my cousin.
It's in a cornfield.
Are you saying that there are midgets cavorting in a field called Haunchyville in Milwaukee?
You never heard of this?
Allegedly.
You never heard of this? It's real. It's on Google, man. Google it. It's real. I've been there.
My friend and I have driven around the country.
Haunchyville. I've been there, man. How about the witch's house? You ever go to the witch's house?
The witch's house?
You been to the witch's house?
We Ouija boarded at the witch's house.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I just drove by it quickly because I'm scared.
Well, the Dukes of September Rhythm Review is a supergroup formed in 2010 featuring Donald Fagen, Michael McDonald, and Boz Scaggs.
Boz Scaggs.
Boz
That's a horrible
Scaggs.
name.
Can you imagine naming your kid Boz?
It's not his real name. That's a stage name.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's a stage name.
What?
Skaggs is not a
That's not a
family
proper
name,
last
man.
name. Actually, his name is William.
Who did you marry?
William Royce Boz
I married
Scaggs.
a Skaggs. My name is Sarah, and I'm Sarah Skaggs. It doesn't happen, man. That's not our name.
Guitarist and lead singer with Steve Miller Band and top 20 singles in the United States.
So what's number 2 on your bucket list?
I don't really
2.
have them in order.
Oh, so that's another item on the bucket list.
I always wanted to have my own backup singers.
You got
Walk
it right
around
now.
with me. No, like walk around with me.
I'll do that for you if you want.
I need like 3 gospel singers.
Well, O'Day, were you up for it?
I can sing a little gospel.
We'll find one more.
And we got pride, oh, we got pride, oh, we got pride, oh, we got pride.
That's pretty good, man. You're hired. I'm not gonna pay you though. But no, I just want them to go into a restaurant, like order something or wherever I'm doing during the day, and just sing the last sentence that comes out of my mouth.
Now, do you want them doing that while you're having sex with your wife? Do you?
Everywhere. I will have them
Even there?
everywhere. They will be part of my posse, along with my clown. Along with my clown as in the posse. My monkey will be in the posse. My monkey will be dressed in human clothes, smoking, and then a midget dressed in the same clothes as the monkey. That's going to be my posse.
That's a great posse.
Isn't that a great posse?
That's a fantastic
And then if I can pay a guy enough, if I'm like rich enough, I'm gonna have a guy dress up as Twinkie the Kid and be in my posse too. Just because whenever I look at Twinkie the Kid, he makes me happy.
My God.
He makes me smile every time.
That's brilliant. Where do you get a Twinkie the Kid these days?
Well, I'm sure you can get a costume on.
Wait, that hasn't been taken over by the gay people, have they? The Twink?
No, I don't think so either. No, he
Making
does wear
sure.
cowboy boots. I mean,
Does he really?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Twinkie the Kid. But he's an awesome character. I'd like him to be in my posse also. So.
Okay, so what else you got on your list?
Jeez, I don't know. Do you got anything? Or have
your
you done
list?
everything?
I don't know.
No, for your list. You got a list?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't
Anything?
know it.
You don't know? You have no idea, huh?
No, I've done a lot of stuff already in my life, so.
On your list?
Yeah, I'd actually like to do something that doesn't make my ma cringe and embarrassment. That's something on my bucket list.
Is that
That would be.
something?
Yeah, that would
Wow.
be nice.
That's
She's
probably
embarrassed?
Never gonna have it.
But isn't
Wouldn't
she
you
like
be ashamed to be my parent?
isn't she like just used to? I mean, it's kind of expected now or
Well, she's grown
anticipated.
used to it, but I'm sure my parents would like to someday say, "Hey, my kid don't live in a van driving around the country," or my kid don't live on Russ Martin's basement floor, or my kid wasn't licking up chocolate sauce off of the Dairy Queen floor because he couldn't afford a McFlurry or whatever. You don't get McFlurries at Dairy Queen?
No, it's making that mistake of ordering the Whopper in the Big Mac line.
Yeah, there we go.
You're on it.
I just needed a level there.
You're on it over there.
Isn't he? That's my bucket list. I'd like to make my parents proud.
Well, that's good. That's
It's not going to happen, but
no. Well, you never know. You have
101 days left.
1 days left. Man.
Did your mom ever ask you this?
Can you toss my noodle salad?
She was really loud.
She was.
No.
Can you toss my noodle salad?
She's pissed for
Because we've got major levels differences between Google and YouTube.
Oh,
That's the challenge.
that's technical. That's all you over there. You need to deal with that.
Yeah, let's
It's great.
Get on
put that on your bucket list.
Yeah.
Learn how to figure it out.
What do you got on the bucket list? What's the number one thing?
I guess I'm, I have picked up, purchased, prepared for learning to play either the piano, the guitar, or bass guitar seriously 3 times in my life, where I purchased the piano, or I specifically
That's a big
moved the
commitment,
piano
man.
for
Dude,
somebody
that's a
to where I
commitment.
could bought the
Jesus.
bass guitar and then sold the bass guitar, bought the 6-string and then sold the 6-string. It's one of those things where I was never good at math. I'm good at math. I'm good at like 8th grade level math.
Yeah, I took math in 10th grade, and then.
Well, no. You know what I'm saying? Like multiply, divide, figure out percentage. I can make change quick in my head.
Yeah.
If someone says your pizza is 13.28, I'm pretty quick with the 6.72 out of the 20.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty quick, but take it beyond that, and I'm out. And the whole fifths and chord progressions and things like that, and how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 translates into, if you touch string number 3, 5 down from here, that sounds like this one, but not, oh my God, I can't remember where finger positioning goes for chord placement and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I want to crack that code before I die. That's like I want to be able to know where because I can handle something as complicated as like a harmonica, where it's one note per hole.
Yeah.
I'm used to the one, I'm used to one note per hole, ladies, is what I'm saying.
Hopefully, you know what? Hopefully you'll live long enough to where we'll have something like the Matrix and they can just plug it in and you'll instantly know it and boom, you'll be a rock star.
Well, that's, yeah.
But I doubt if you'll live that long, so.
Well, yeah, it's, that's, if there's one thing on my bucket list that I don't think that's going to happen, that's something that's like the top of it. That's like the hardest one, because that requires a serious, extended commitment. Because as an adult, you don't learn like you do as a kid.
No.
You give a kid a 30-minute a week piano lesson, and in 3 years, that kid can be an acceptable piano player with that 150 lessons. You give me 150 lessons, and I'll still be sitting there just trying to figure out what the black keys sound like and what the white keys sound like.
That'd be frustrating.
So
for the teacher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That reminds me, my son just came up to me a couple days ago and said he wants to join band.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's a big, you got to pick the right instrument, right? You don't want your son.
What does he want to play?
He was like the tuba or something. What's the biggest one? That big monster.
Tuba.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, hey, man.
Contrabassoon.
I said, I don't know if you want to take that on. I said,
You got to lug that around.
I said, what about drums or something? Something that you can translate.
No. You gotta start with something complicated that has finger positions, then move him on to guitar.
Because
From the guy who don't know how to play any instrument.
No, but if I would have learned early, I'm a drummer. I can play drums fairly well because it's simple. It's one note. You can't. It's hard to hit 2 drum pads with one stick with one hand.
Well, this was my thinking. I want to make sure that it's an instrument that he could do in a band some other day. If he got good at it, he'd be able to go and do something.
Trumpet or sax, he'd be great.
And so I mentioned drums, and they said they're all out of drums. And I said, well, what about a sax? And he's going for the sax because that's
cool.
a great instrument.
Yeah.
Plus, man, the cool guy always plays the sax.
That's right.
You get tons of chicks, man.
Well, and the challenge with the sax is it's not a good cold weather instrument because of the reed. Mm-hmm. You always have to have that. That's always an excuse people give. I'd play clarinet again, but I don't have a good reed.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, just join the riff reading program. I think you'll be fine if you get a read. But
where's that
but with
shot?
yeah, but with a trumpet,
he
brings it out on himself. He doesn't let. Yeah, he doesn't need it.
Fine.
Because he's a control freak over there.
Fine. I'm trying to have a conversation here, but
yeah, but you gotta be on the ball over there, Mr.
Yeah.
Producer, man.
Thanks
We're busy over here trying to bring the funny.
Is that what we're
The
doing
entertainment
tonight?
or the entertainment?
Bringing the funny.
We're
That is
we're filling the air. That's what we're
Do
doing.
you play an instrument, Jason?
No, I took violin when I was a kid, and I hated it.
Did you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a thing that can teach you to hate. Fast.
Yeah, I hated it a lot. And then I just got
Classical
mad.
string instruments.
I went and bought a drum kit and beat the crap out of it.
Nice.
And then I had to sell my drum kit because I needed insurance for my car.
Oh yeah.
Cars.
Mine
And I
was to
wish
go to
I know,
prom.
right?
Another
Yeah.
equally stupid excuse
And I
to
got a
sell a
nice,
musical
I had a
instrument.
nice drum set from Uncle Bob.
That was actually my first experience with the Assemblies of God Church. I was a 16-year-old kid trying to sell a drum set so I'd have enough money to go to prom, and take a girl out on a nice dinner and everything, and rent the tuxedo and all that garbage, and this guy calls up to talk about buying the drum set, and I'd really like to come by and take a look at it, and perhaps you could demonstrate for me, and just to show that it's good, and come on by anytime, it'll be great. And he comes over, and we're not 5 minutes into talking about the drum set before it's do you have is it a Christian home?
Did you just let a Jehovah's Witness in your house?
We're talking about my drum set. Well, I don't know. What's an Assemblies of God? Is that Jehovah's Witness?
I don't know, man. They're all the same.
This guy, he literally, it was like I was backing up into the corner of my basement because he's like, well, I really think that you should be more giving. You can start your path to giving and sharing in this life by giving our church your drum set.
Yeah.
And it's like,
okay,
dude, I'm 16 years old.
Did he pull up in a caddy?
I don't remember. I think it was a pedo van, but he just.
Bastards.
I was just like, wow, one more reason to hate the church. You're asking
Jesus
me to,
needs a new Cadillac.
I have one asset in my life, and you want me to give it up for your church.
What a jag.
You just do the Tommy Lee drum solo where he spins around.
That'd be
in the full
awesome,
cage.
man. I tell you one thing, he'd have a lot more followers.
I bet you would.
I'm going to hell.
I actually play the cello, the piano, bass,
Wow.
guitar, drums, and I think that's it.
You're multi-talented, man.
Yeah, I'm actually.
You never picked one?
No, I just pick up instruments and learn them as I'm going along.
Oh, wow.
'Cause I love music so much.
Yeah, where did you have access to so many instruments?
When I was in school, I started out me with the cello, and then I moved from one school to another city, and I was like a year or two ahead. So that was, and then they kind of had, oh, you got to give it up because the other classmates are pissed that you get out of school early because you know how to play cello. And it's like, what? Wow. So then I got.
Did they just move? They didn't just move you to another instrument and say start over and get with the rest of the dummies?
Then I went and just did it all on my own.
Oh, okay.
So I went and taught a classically trained guitar and
Cool.
everything like that.
Wow.
So,
Well, it's 7:40 p.m. here
It
on
is.
Extemporadio. Radio. We're going to take a little break, and
We
Really?
yeah, because we got callers coming up in the next hour, so I
Oh,
figure
that's
we'll
awesome.
jump on a break right now.
That's
and,
good times. That's a good call.
who do we got calling?
we've got Nathan Allen calling in from Boise, Idaho.
Iowa.
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 Is he in Des Moines? Do we know where he's
I
at?
think he's in Ames.
Ames,
Ames,
Iowa.
Iowa.
And we've got a couple other people that may call in that we're having. We're hoping that Andy Bolton can call in this evening. And
Bolton.
Bolton. And so stick
Potatoes
around.
and Bolton, everybody.
Stick around, and we'll see what's shaking. But we'll take a little break and take you out with our good friend, Mr. Henry Phillips.
Oh, sweet.
This is a song that goes out to all the aspiring guitar players out there. Don't you wish there was a pill you could take Eddie Van Halen, or B.B. King, or Segovia. And each of the various styles of these different guitar players would be represented by different kinds of pills. Like, for example, if you wanted to play like Eddie Van Halen, there'd be these bright red gelatin capsules you can take. And the B.B. King pills would be dark blue, and they'd be called blues, for obvious colloquial reasons. And they would ideally be washed down with a pint of early time. And the Segovia pills would be these little tiny brown pills, but they'd be the most powerful pills of all, because he's really the best guitar player when you stop and think about it. I mean, that Spanish classical shit's really hard to play when you're drunk. You could take one of these pills and be able to play like the guy on the label, like for about 3 hours. Like, let's say if you were at a party, or if you wanted to impress your girlfriend, or maybe to impress her parents, let's say if they were just kind of undecided about you. And you wouldn't have to pay any dues, and you wouldn't have to spend countless hours practicing all the damn time. You wouldn't have to suffer for your art. By suffering, I mean like not being able to go out on a Saturday night, and you wouldn't have to worry about getting screwed over by a bunch of club owners and managers, and you wouldn't have to worry about having your kids hate you, or wife leave you, or getting arthritis, or dying in a plane crash just because of all the pain involved in getting that good. Wouldn't that be great? If there was a pill like that, wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be great? There's a pill like that. Wouldn't that be neat? But there's not.
We're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting every time you're near, every time I see your smile. Hear your hello saying you can only stay a while. And I know that it's hard for you to say the things we both know. the game is through. If this is what's real, if this is what's true, tell me how come I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. Baby, things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made it so clear. Yeah, baby. Don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I know you're not mine anymore, anyway, anytime. Tell me how come we're not in love anymore. How come things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, baby. Every time you're near, we're not in love anymore. Every time you're near, things will never be the same. Hey, baby, forget how you made that so clear. Every time you're near,
Our good friend Michael McDonald.
And that was O'Day spinning the wheels of steel. Smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Hey now. Don't mess up the vibe, man. The vibe.
That was pretty special. So our good friend Henry Phillips is playing the Zanies in Nashville Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. A one-nighter show. He'll be dropping through Nashville.
Nashville.
So, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes,
So stop in there and see him in
Hey, y'all.
Nashville, Tennessee. All you World Wide Web listeners.
Hey, y'all.
I know we've got a couple of listeners from Nashville and from Louisville, Kentucky. So make sure you get on down there and check out Henry Phillips. It'll be the best thing you've ever done. But that last tune was a good friend Michael McDonald.
Good friend, yeah.
Good friend. Met Michael McDonald in 1986 in Madison. For a brief period of time, I wrote for the Isthmus magazine, news magazine, and
What did you write? Sounds douchebaggy.
Yeah.
the Isthmus.
Yeah.
That's
college
like
paper, right?
no, it's like their alternative paper over there. It's like the Shepherd Express here.
Oh yeah. It's,
Oh.
yeah. It's definitely sounds douchebaggy.
Jesus. But
All right. Yeah.
so Michael McDonald wrote this great song in
Regulate any steam.
1978, but
Damn good too.
Warren G and Nate Dogg decided to regulate regulators.
Mount up. Mount up.
Was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on
Hey,
the
that's a lot
street,
better.
taking
You did a lot better with that, man.
So I could get some phones rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Yeah, he died.
Warren G.
Yeah, he's dead.
Wow.
Get hip to the vibe, man.
Tupac is in this video too.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
On 2-1 and Lewis.
They're talking about picking up hookers, man. This is a good song.
Up the rock and said, "What's up?" Some brothers put some, so I said, "I'm stuck."
These girls pick me, I'm gonna glide and swerve. These
There you go.
so hard, they straight.
So Warren G doing a little regulating.
Yeah.
Is sampling some Michael McDonald. It all comes full circle, everybody. It's the way it all goes
That's
down.
life.
So
That's
There you go.
the gift of life.
that's it.
Full circle.
Yeah. So
I scream at somebody, I get run over later. That's the
that's
circle of life.
that's the circle of life.
I almost ran
Most
through.
tires are round. So yeah, it's the circle of life.
Where's no nothing,
Trying.
nothing.
Trying.
Because it was you. That's why. Yeah. If it's us, you're on it, man. You're on the ball.
I'm not.
You are on the ball over here. Yeah, way late. Doesn't even help.
All right.
Over here, though. Over here, he's rocking. He's on the ball. He's on the switch. How many switches you got over there?
Yeah, what you got going on over there? Why don't you give us a tutorial so we know what kind of stress you're under? We can't empathize if we don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, what kind of stress over here? What's going on?
Suckle on the nipple that. yields the pole.
So what'd you do to do that? You had to press a button, right? And turn up your finger thing.
I have to switch between windows.
Okay.
I have to pull down and hit the tiny little button. I have to adjust the audio over here. I have to bring it up and then make sure I'm not blowing people's ears out.
Okay.
Suckle on the nipple that yields the pole.
Basically, you're an electronic drummer because that's what you'd be working the bass drum, the hi-hat.
You're like a radio DJ.
You are.
Can you toss my noodle salad?
You're amazing. You are. You know what? I give you credit. You're amazing. Yeah, I give you credit. There you go.
Yeah.
See, quick out.
Yeah, he's real quick on that one when it's you.
Oh, yeah.
When it's us, he's on it, man. He's on it. Over there, I don't know. What are you doing now? What do you got? Yeah, see? That's about it.
We've reached a new low on this show.
That's what you say every show, Mr. Lampton.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Look, you quit forecasting your own life onto the rest of us. We'll be fine. All right, so we've got
kickstart it then. Let's.
We've got Nathan Allen calling in here in about 25 minutes.
Should we?
No, Sean Cerrone. I was trying to get him to call, and he's not available.
Yeah. Should we?
So I think we got an issue that we need to discuss, and we'd like your input on it. So if you're listening and you have something to say at 414-935-2951.
I think you should call Ed and ask him what he thinks.
I think we should.
See what he thinks about
calling Ed and see what his disposition is.
Yeah, see what
on the value of comedy shows.
Find out what his find out.
Yeah, I don't really give a crap what Ed thinks.
Well, that's
all of a sudden you don't care about
That's part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem.
If you cared more about Ed, then probably we would have things so much more better in this.
Find out what Ed has to say. Let's see how.
We're gonna get Ed blocked. We're gonna get Ed blocked. I know it.
We're gonna get Ed fired. I think
we're gonna get
what's
Ed
gonna
blocked.
really happen.
Let's see who Ed's gonna vote for in this election. Let's talk politics with Ed.
Okay.
Well, pretend you're with the lottery commission.
Yeah.
You gotta test.
Really get us in trouble.
Test the lottery.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't get completely thrown in jail over this silly show.
Thank you for calling CVS Pharmacy, located at 1650 North Farwell Avenue, corner of East Grady Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. To refill a prescription, press 1. Doctors, press 2. Pharmacy, press 3. Non-pharmacy calls, press 4. To repeat these, photo, press 1. General store questions, press 2. Store hours, press 9.
2,
yeah.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
All right, let's see if we get Ed blocked.
What do you mean blocked?
She blocked us from Ed last time.
Thank you for calling CVS Pharmacy on Farwell and Brady. This is Samantha speaking. How may I help you?
Samantha, why are you always answering the call?
Because I'm just that awesome of an individual.
You are really super awesome. But,
there you go, sir.
But we're afraid that you're going to Ed block us again.
I'm going to... No, Ed is not working this evening.
What? He's not helping.
No, he called in sick.
What? He called in sick. He saw it was Monday. He's like, I'm not going back in there.
I don't blame him.
I'm not going to be on there. Okay, well, you're actually, see, that's the problem, is your input on the topic that we're discussing is actually valuable because you're a person who goes to comedy shows.
But she is working, so you might want to ask her if she has a minute.
Yeah, she might actually be busy at work. Not everybody has time to sit around in a video store and talk to a microphone.
Are you with customers right now?
I am, but I am more than happy to pretend I'm not.
Well, okay, so here's the topic at hand is it's really not even that crystallized yet. It's basically comedy shows and live performance in general has been on a general decline in what the entertainment consuming public has been willing to pay for that. And it's basically been stagnant now for almost 40 years. Basically what a comedian could make 40 years ago for 20 minutes a time is the same that they can make today and might even be less today.
That is sad face, because that's a skill not many have.
Well, thank you. See, and that's why we wanted to talk to Ed, because you actually have a well-formed, thought-out idea about this, and we figured he wouldn't. And, and then we could really, just get him just like he probably something he never really thought of before, and it would be like an initial just kind of reaction. And
okay.
So, but anyway, so we were just our one of my friends. Here's the debate. We booked a show that our radio show is sponsoring 3 shows that you know about. We've got you invited to the one at Impala Lounge here.
On the 19th, right?
Actually on the 17th, Monday the 17th, 9:45 p.m. And we've got you invited to that, and we have another show then the next night. And I'm going to go back to the information I was given that the bar wasn't going to pay because it's a brand new bar owner, 2.5 months owning the bar. You never said a guaranteed minimum.
You
never said it, man.
The email right now.
You never said a guaranteed minimum.
Yes, I did. $50. I told you the whole thing. I told you the whole story. These shows aren't about us. They're about just getting enough money for Carlos to cover a room for the 3 nights he's in town.
It's a booking issue.
It's a booking issue.
So the question is should a bar, should comedians, should performers do a show at a bar that not only doesn't have the money to pay either a set amount.
Let me put you on hold just 1 second.
Oh, you
okay?
go ahead. You go ahead.
All right, hold on.
Oh, I said from the get-go that I'm the one who said that because I told you to try to do that with the Impala after we went and talked to Quarters because you were right there with me at Quarters. Like how we go on hold and we all just shut up. Like we're gonna put the show on hold.
Well,
too.
we're on hold.
We can't talk.
It's a natural reaction.
This is the second week in a row we got put on hold during our prank call.
We're getting Ed blocked, man. You know what we need? We need Ed's personal phone number.
We do. See if you can talk her into giving.
Yeah, we need that number, man.
I don't think she's gonna come back on the line.
Oh, she absolutely is.
Hey, here's the email right here.
Email or text message?
Facebook message.
Okay, because I'm looking at text messages and I'm not seeing anything about that, and I don't even remember a Facebook message, but I'll go find it.
No, this is between me and the bar.
Oh, the bar.
Oh, between you and the bar. You mean the information you never gave me, except you told me there was no money.
I told you because you started freaking out on me. Remember that phone call? And that's when we went.
Freak out.
I think I went on a John Tesh rant for like 10 minutes or something like that.
No, that was way before John Tesh.
No, because that was the night I booked it. Because then you turned right around and booked the Impala. Right after you got done yelling at me for only getting a $50 minimum and not allowing a door charge, you turn around and book the Impala for no money, and for door, you couldn't even get us free drinks at the Impala.
Freak out. Freak. Say chic. Freak out. There's no more music.
Yeah, she hung up on us.
She hung up on us. Oh no, there we go. That's beautiful.
Really, we really have reached a new low in this show. We're sitting around listening to the music as we're on hold during a prank phone call. I think we should maybe either.
You never sent me anything through Facebook.
I told you in person. I repeatedly told you in person. I told you to.
You never mentioned a $50 guarantee. You never mentioned a minimum guarantee. What you did mention was that it was a show to get Carlos room and board.
Right.
Bored, actually.
Well,
or
if he
room,
wants to get bored, why don't he just come on the show? Ah!
Wow. And we had an initial discussion about that where you wanted to.
Sorry, sweetie, it's just going to be another few moments.
No worries.
All
Where you wanted to label the show with extemporadio.
Okay. All right, one moment.
No, you go ahead. We'll just keep talking here.
She's got that much.
What?
This is incredible. You guys are arguing over classical music in the background.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Very calming music.
Well, you remember
when we first said then, because you came to the studio to work on the poster thing, and you were working on the computer there.
Right.
And we had I didn't want to bother you. You didn't want to bother me. We were both working on stuff.
Don't bother each other.
But it was. Well, if we're putting this on extemporadio, we're building a show, and then we should look to do this either as door deals or as guarantees. But if we do door deals, we want 100% of the door. We don't want to split the door.
Right.
And that's what we've set up with 2 of the shows. And then we got to talking about Wits End because we literally went chronologically. And at the time, it was rounding third, quarters, and this place that was unknown by name at the time.
Yeah, we hadn't decided on a place yet. I was trying.
You had already talked to him at that point.
No,
when you made that poster, you'd already made when you made the poster for rounding third, you already knew about that because we were already talking about that.
Well, then we had a name on the place.
You couldn't remember the name or whatever.
No, I've been that name. My dad's gone to that bar like the majority of my life.
So how come from the outset you didn't say you said you didn't know the name?
I called you the minute I got off the phone with the guy to tell you that the show was booked. I told you beforehand I'm trying to find a bar in Kenosha, Caledonia, or Racine for that night, and I was going down the list, and then finally I'll try Wits. And then I sent them a message, and here I showed you. Or you want to see the message? Here, I'll read it.
We should never shown or talked to you. You claim you've told me about this message hundreds of times.
We had the conversation. We had the conversation Friday night, and I remember this distinctly because it was raining real hard. I almost got in an accident while I was driving. I'm like, look,
you can put all the little anecdotal spin on it. You've never mentioned that there was a guarantee until today on Facebook. That's the first time you mentioned a guarantee.
I mentioned
it
yesterday.
That's the first time. You never said a guarantee, man.
Why? Okay, if I didn't mention a guarantee,
you should hang up on Samantha.
Why would you go into the whole diatribe about, well, you should have just had him crash at Russ's house?
Exactly because of that. Because there was no money. That's exactly why I brought it up. Not because if there's a guarantee, I don't care anymore where he sleeps. If we know there's money, there's no need to care where he sleeps.
I told you from the get-go.
No, you absolutely did not. And now you're trying to pull out a text, an email message from before this whole thing started that you've never ever brought up before. You've never. Could you have forwarded that at any time? Of course you could have. Did you bother to? No. Did you put it in a Facebook message?
Facebook messages. No, I told you.
You certainly can. You can copy and forward.
I told you repeatedly over.
You have never mentioned this ever before.
Repeatedly.
And just like you constantly change the argument today in the little Facebook thing, where you actually played with your own words. You twisted your own argument. I completely understand why nobody wants to work with you, because what you say the first time, you don't even remember the second time, the third time, the fifth time, the 12th time.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about, because I've constantly said it was a goddamn guarantee, because have you ever heard him mention the words minimum guarantee?
Bitch. You have never said that until today.
Oh, I think
until today.
I actually even posted it on Facebook going, I need a fucking room for...
What did you just say?
Oh, I need a freaking room from Caledonia, Kenosha, or Racine.
Right.
And it needs to be either a minimum guarantee and a door deal, or a minimum guarantee.
Those are words you said. That has nothing to do with what transpired with this room.
They were posted before I booked Wits.
That has nothing to do.
They were posted before I booked Wits.
Right, that's all supposition, my friend. That's not fact, that's supposition.
No, that's fucking fact.
You may have said.
Want to find it?
You may have said it's got to have a minimum guarantee or a door deal. You may have said that, but that doesn't mean you found a room with it.
Sorry about that, Sweetie.
No, that's okay. You're just jumping back in as we're about to kill each other here. I told Evans. I'm not being a douchebag. You have never mentioned minimum guarantee in the context of our conversations. Not in the context of all your communication, period.
The whole concept.
But in the context of what we have talked about, you have not once mentioned a guarantee until you posted it on Facebook today.
That's bullshit, now, because I posted it before
Can you stop with that?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. That's bull crap. Because I even posted it on Facebook before I booked Wits. We hadn't had the Impala booked yet.
All you posted was an idea. You didn't post something that had happened.
No, I posted.
That's a lot different, my friend.
That's saying I was talking about it before we booked the damn room. I asked for a room in Kenosha, Racine, or Caledonia, and I needed either a very minimum.
Okay, so here's the issue here, Samantha. My friend here thinks it's a good idea to book a room for, in this case, this mysterious term minimum guarantee that he's talking about.
$50.
$50 a guaranteed $50. Now, a guarantee implies, I'm not even going to go into that because this is what's really getting frustrating.
Are we talking about a real guarantee or like a government guarantee?
No, we're talking. Yeah, there you go. We're talking about a. Thank you very much. We're talking about a bar saying that they'll pay $50 for a comedy show, when that doesn't even cover the basic expenses of the people that are involved in the show.
Wait,
hold on.
What expenses would that have to do with us?
Marketing costs of marketing the show.
I told you to
flyers.
keep your receipt so we would get our money back.
Okay.
We already got the money back. That would give us $35 for the room and then $15 for marketing for the flyers.
35 plus tax.
$35 flat on the room. I already told you on Friday how much the rooms were going to cost. I laid everything flat out for you. I said, but at least we have the $50 from Wits that I know for sure.
We're going to try and talk about this in a more generic term. Here's the concept. Here's the concept.
Okay.
The concept is, do you do a show for $56
he's got menopause.
where the bar doesn't want tickets to be sold? Because they don't want to inconvenience their customers with the idea of having to pay for entertainment. They want to get a full comedy show for a whopping $56. Did I just hear you? The ante's been up to
50. I said we need to make an additional 56. See right there, we've got it on radio. You don't fucking listen.
I was in the middle of another conversation, and you should stop swearing on the air.
We already had the conversation before, this exact same conversation about the money that we've already got.
You've never mentioned a $50 guarantee ever until today.
Did I not tell you that we got it's going to cost me $106?
Yep, absolutely.
For the 3 rooms.
Absolutely.
And we got the $50 from Wits, so now we need to come up with the $56.
The $50 from Wits never came up.
Yes, it did.
It did not. I don't know if you just got this guarantee from this guy and you're trying to cover your tracks, but you never.
The goddamn
this never came up before.
It was in my very
If you could argue without swearing, it'd be awesome. It'd be great.
I'm not sure if it's because I'm blonde, female, or tired that I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
That's okay.
So the idea here is, should comedians do a show where they're going to make negative money, where nobody's going to get paid, and should you do a show?
Yeah,
exactly.
No, we're starting off up $50, and then I asked the owner. I'm going to bring up the email because Brendan's kind of a. And it's never dated. It's dated August 28th.
Right. Fine.
So when I can bring it up here, it shows that the guarantee. And then you're
fine. We've had 3 conversations since, and
you've tried to push it off on the bar owner.
has never.
And that's why I know for a fact that I've mentioned it before, because you keep trying to pushing it off on the bar owner like it's his fault, like he's trying to stiff us. When I've told you repeatedly, no.
No, I'm not putting it off on the bar owner. I'm putting it off on you for agreeing to do a show.
Before you were putting it off on the bar.
I think it's ridiculous for a bar owner to think he can get a comedy show for nothing.
And I told you straight up, hey, this has nothing to do with him. It's my proposal.
Which is when I dovetailed to blaming you.
There you go. So that means I've obviously mentioned it before.
No, that doesn't mean obviously you've mentioned it before. That doesn't change the fact that the bar.
How do you blame me then if we didn't bring it up before?
Well, we talked about, because here's what I understood the argument to be, was that we were not getting paid, we were not able to do a door deal, we were not allowed to sell tickets, and all we could do is pass the hat at the end.
Then you're the dumbass who don't know how to listen. That's plain and simple. We had the conversation multiple times.
Nope.
Yes, we did. I know for a fact, because I think you even responded to the post that I put on Facebook looking for a room in Kenosha, Racine, or Caledonia for a minimum guarantee.
Right. But you have to understand, by putting that up doesn't mean you got it, doesn't mean you talked about it later, doesn't mean that, no, it does not. That does not serve as evidence.
I called you a minute after the guy called me, and you started complaining and whining.
Samantha?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep tying up your time with this. I appreciate your input on it. I thought we could talk about this more generically as an issue, but apparently we're going to just keep whining and complaining about this as a horrible married couple would. So
I see that. All I got out of it is you want to produce a net loss to start, and then work your way from there.
And so far, this is the only show that we're guaranteed to get some money out of it.
Guaranteed $50, guaranteed loss.
Guaranteed to cover his
guaranteed loss.
Did I not say that these shows
a guaranteed
were to
loss.
get him a room? Here's
a guaranteed
loss.
loss.
All right, I make you a deal. Once you, ladies, you're both beautiful. All right. Once you decide on what you have to say, you can message me on Facebook.
Awesome. How do we
sound like a bonus?
That sounds good, Samantha.
I'm allowing you to creep me on Facebook.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon before Monday's show.
All right, excellent, honey.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Now let me read the email Facebook message dated August 28th.
Go for it.
Hi, sorry to this is to the wit's end.
Again,
okay.
You're introducing things that I've never seen, nor have I heard.
This is Exhibit A.
Well,
this
would you
is
shut
Exhibit
the
A.
hell up and let me finish what I'm talking
Sure,
about?
go
And
for
maybe
it, but-
I will jog your memory if you can. If you were
Exhibit
too
A.
busy bitching about a boo and his parents. All right. Hi. Sorry to bother you.
See what
I am a nationally touring comic from Milwaukee. My friend who has been opening up for Doug Stanhope is in town in September. We are trying to find cool bars that would be willing to put on a show. I'm specifically looking for Tuesday, September 18th. We would do the show dirt cheap since it is an off night. We would take $50 as a guarantee and then either cover charge or take the door or just pass the hat after the show. It is up to you. Some bars don't like to charge a cover, so I understand. Thank you for the time. The guy called me back within 5 minutes of that message, and after I got off the phone with him, I called you immediately to tell you we had the room.
And never
What
mentioned the
deal
guarantee.
was, yes, I did. That
No,
was
you
one
did
of the
not.
first things out of my mouth.
I would, had you mentioned the guarantee, I would not have reacted that way.
Yes, you did. You started going, what do you mean we can't pass a... passing a hat?
No.
What the hell are you mean?
My response
You
about
started
passing the hat
bitching
was,
that
that's hat.
No, you started...
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said, you know how lowbrow that makes you look when you got to pass a hat? Just, oh, please, can you please put some money in the hat? That's exactly what I said.
Okay,
And the only reason I brought that up was because you didn't mention a guarantee. And I said, if we can't charge a cover and we can't pass a hat, or we're inconveniencing them by passing a hat, that's not a real show. You never mentioned a guarantee. You never mentioned.
Do you honestly think I would say, well, we're just going to pass the hat and not mention the $50 frickin'?
You never mentioned it.
Use your head, dude.
Nope,
Seriously.
you never mentioned
and then
it.
we had another. We've had
Because I never would have gone on that line had you not mentioned
Yes,
that.
you just don't. You were too busy vagging out about the whole passing the hat, not getting a. We're worth more than that. We need to sell tickets. Blah 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 blah. Dude, just listen. Blah blah. Exactly. She knows you're just blah blah blah. Like, all your focus is about that. We can't sell the damn tickets because I agreed not to do tickets. That's what you're.
Well, you made every argument for him. The way you couched it in the first conversation we had, if it was in fact minutes after you got a call back from him, within a minute,
and called
you put it all on him.
I did not.
You put it all on the bar owner that the bar owner would not let us sell tickets.
Never.
Absolutely, you did.
I did not. Why would I say
the bar
that
owner doesn't want us selling tickets because he doesn't think his crowd would be willing to pay tickets for a show. That's exactly what you said.
Then how do you remember then? See, how do you remember that conversation, but you don't remember the guarantee?
Because I
think you're full of shit then. You didn't hear it.
I wouldn't say the things I said if you'd mentioned a guarantee.
I never pushed it on him. You've been trying to bitch about it like it was his fault, and I've been telling you the whole time it was my deal. It was my responsibility. I'm the one who made the proposition. Leave him alone. I'm the one who proposed it to him. It's not his fault. Because of the fact that, you know what, and they've only been open now for 2 months under new management, 2 or 3 months under new management.
Lenny?
Jeff.
Okay.
And you keep saying Lenny. Where the fuck you get Lenny from?
From all the people that talk about Lenny about their bar online.
I don't see Lenny on their page. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
But you kept saying Lenny, Lenny, Lenny as if I kept...
I've said Lenny twice now. So
you sent me messages about Lenny.
One time. And this is the second time I've mentioned Lenny. Nope.
And a fucking...
Go ahead and find that.
Really
we'll wait.
I can't on my phone. And a really sarcastic, really shitty invite to the show, which was kind of... Well, come on out. We're not worth it. I can't bring that up on my phone. Maybe you can bring it up
I
on
can
your
bring
phone.
that right up. It says pay what you want, in fact, is what it says.
You're kind of shitty about it.
Oh, that's nice. Can you keep saying that? That'd be great.
Yeah, as
I
if
really
this
appreciate
is going
that.
to be broadcast.
Yeah, right. Sure, we can bring up that event invite, sure.
Yeah, tell me that don't sound snarky.
I'm sure it does, because you've never mentioned a guarantee ever. Had you mentioned a guarantee one time before this message on my wall. Talk about snarky. Talk about putting it out there.
I didn't put
putting it on my wall.
I put it
you
on
did.
my-
I had to approve it to show up on my timeline, my
I put it
friend.
on my page, and it just so happens that you were tagged in it. Fucking don't be stupid.
So it puts it on my wall.
Yeah, because I tagged you in it, but I wrote it on my wall. I'm not going onto your wall to say, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. You're the one making up shit that's coming out of nowhere.
I'm not making anything up. I'm basing it on what you said,
I
my
have
friend.
repeatedly told you about the $50 guarantee. We had the conversation after quarters.
This is
you're
what it's
trying to
called.
scam
This
it.
is what it's called. Now, let me ask you this. Is there going to be a thing where we're passing the hat at this show?
Yeah.
There is, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the name of this event is Pay What It's Worth Comedy Night.
Yeah, read the
Brought to
body
you,
of it.
Brought to you. I'm not done. I'm sorry I can't read 1,000 words ahead of where I'm presently reading.
Well,
Calm the heck down over there, little brother.
Come on, move it along,
girl. Pay What It's Worth Comedy Night, brought to you by extemporadio. Tuesday, September 18th is the third and final leg of the shaky stool that is the inaugural edition of Comedy by Extemporadio as it stops at Wits End Bar in Caledonia, Wisconsin. Show regulars Brendan O'Day, Jeff Lampton, and Jason Evans give you one more shot to catch national touring comic Carlos Valencia in a live comedy performance featuring one of our favorite new comics, jukebox comedy regular Drift Roberts from Peoria, Illinois.
We're bitching about constantly, too. But go ahead, we'll figure that out.
Quite unbelievably, this show charges no cover, has no drink minimum, and barely gives you a chance to pay what you think it's worth.
Yeah,
that'll
that's
happen
not
at
sarcastic.
that'll happen at the end of the show.
That's not
It's the most
sarcastic
democratic
at all.
event you'll participate in all year. Showtime 8:30. Get there early. It's gonna be packed.
So that was
no cover, no minimum.
So that
absolutely
wasn't a dig.
snarky, absolutely inappropriate, absolutely just a horrific endorsement of a show that
So why did
prominently
you send it to
features
only
the
3
headliner,
people?
prominently features the guest. What?
Why did you only send it to 3 people if it wasn't a shitty, sarcastic piece of shit dig? You sent it to Jason, you sent it to me, and you sent it to yourself. If that was a real invite, you would have put it to everybody on your list. You were being shitty about that.
Okay, first
That
of all,
was a
that
shitty-
you're assuming you know what's in my head, and you can go just so fuck yourself in the ass, you cunt.
Fuck you.
The reason I put to 3 people is because I needed you and him to sign on as
Bullshit.
as administrators to the thing first.
You're so full of shit.
Wow. Wow, I'm glad you know what's in my mind.
Right, you're telling me what's in my mind.
No, I didn't need to do that. You just said it to me out loud. Maybe you don't hear your own voice. Maybe the voices in your head are constantly talking, Jeff, in such a way that you can't hear what you just said. You just accused me of something that is patently untrue.
You were being a snarky bitch about it.
I'm not being a snarky bitch. That is exactly.
That is a
I stand
complete
behind
snarky
this.
bitch of
I
a
stand
thing.
behind this
Read that
promotion
last
as
sentence again.
accurately as what you told me how this show is to run. The first time you mentioned a minimum guarantee was on Facebook today. You can sit here and tell me all day long.
We have
You can
witnesses
tell
that-
everybody all day long. You can publish it all day long, Lampton. You have never once mentioned it until Facebook today.
We have witnesses at rounding third after you were bitching at me
You
for
never said a
half
$50
hour.
minimum guarantee last night.
Did. You
You
don't
never
listen,
mentioned,
dude.
Jeff. You
you're
never
like
said a
woman,
$50
dude.
guarantee last night.
Call
You
a
never
boo.
did. You constantly changed the argument. You changed your own argument in
Show
the Facebook
me.
thing today.
I want to see it. How? No, you're the one who went and said you're blah, blah, blah. I didn't change anything. I brought out the facts.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to stop this show. You're going to have to stop. I've got customers. This isn't... Take this somewhere else.
Fair enough.
You just... In fact, I think I'm going to ask you to take a break from the show altogether.
Holy shit.
Because this is a second warning.
Second warning?
Yeah, I left you a long warning on your phone like a month ago about just... It's not working. This is not right.
I thought we were the #1 show on this radio program.
Well...